Good evening, everyone. I'm Janaea Noel. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping news tonight, a new player in the Grand Lucayan deal that stakeholders say will see the forward movement of the Star Resort that had its share of controversy. It's being hailed as a key figure to support the transformation and redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort into a world-class destination. This, according to Concord Wilshire, its CEO, Richard Bosworth. Now, this announcement also raising some new questions tonight about what happened to that initial deal. Our Janelle Longley has the details.
The government's plan for the Grand Lucayan has taken a clear shift, moving away from a sole redevelopment deal with Concord Wilshire and now bringing in a new player. Weeks after promising an update, officials now confirm an agreement with CTL Maritime, the cruise division of MSC Group, to develop a beach club on the property. But former Chamber of Commerce President Dylan Knowles says this is a major departure from what was originally presented.
The arrangement, as I understood it, was always for Concord to build a water theme park, which was going to accommodate the cruise lines, including MSC.
Back in February, Eyewitness News reported that sources indicated that the $120 million sale agreement with Concord collapsed months earlier, with new options being explored. At the time, both government and Concord denied that claim, promising an update within weeks. Today's announcement comes more than a month later, and it's the first substantive update, and appears to confirm that the original deal has shifted. In a statement, government praised both Concord Wilshire and CTI Maritime for, quote, forging a new partnership to advance the redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan property. Eyewitness News reached out to Director of Investments Felicia Woods-Hanna for clarity on the new arrangement, but up to news time, there was no response.
I truly expected Concord to have done a truly open to the public theme park, and if MSC is now doing a private beach club, that is not quite the same thing. We would want to know that we're not making similar mistakes to the ones that we made with Carnival's Celebration Key, where it's a captured audience and the excursion operators and retail operators on Grand Bahama are kind of kept in the dark, so to speak, from the operations of and the passengers that would frequent such an establishment.
And while the announcement may signal movement, many Grand Bahamians remain cautious, pointing to years of promises, signings, and proposed sales with little to no show in real development.
At the end of the day, Grand Bahama needs more than just the Grand Lucayan to open if it's going to make any strides towards having a stable economy.
Janelle Longley, Eyewitness News.
Well, in a statement released earlier today, Concord praising the new agreement to support its development of a multiple cruise-focused resorts, a mega yacht marina, and an integrated casino complex in Freeport, Grand Bahama. The company's CEO said in a statement that this agreement marks a transformational milestone for Freeport and the island of Grand Bahama, adding that it will serve as a powerful catalyst for economic growth, job creation, and the long-awaited revitalization of the Grand Lucayan Resort into a world-class destination. He's further praising Prime Minister Philip Davis for his leadership and vision, as he asserted that his initiative and unwavering support have been instrumental in making this partnership possible. For more on this statement, log on to our website, ewnews.com. Well, as you heard, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce also had some questions of their own regarding the new deal on the Grand Lucayan. In a statement, while welcoming the update, officials insisting that key details surrounding the project remain limited, expressing concerns surrounding the structure of the transaction, current property ownership, and how this development aligns with the broader Grand Lucayan redevelopment plans previously announced, which, according to the statement, were positioned as delivering real transformative change. The Chamber is also calling for greater clarity on all agreements, including whether the announcement represents a finalized transaction or remains subject to approvals and conditions. And with its proposed start date of April 12th, confirmation is also required as to whether all necessary environmental and regulatory approvals are in place and whether the timeline provided is realistic. You can read more on this statement on our website, ewnews.com. Well, tonight, politics triggering a war of words in the sports community. The minister responsible accusing the Federation president for allowing political affiliation to mislead those in the community. Well, the Federation president, however, telling our Devontae Hannah that's not the case. We have both sides in this report.
The Bahamas Carifta Aquatics team may be revered as the strongest in the region, but Federation President Algernon Cargill says the team is extremely disappointed after government officials seemingly abandoned them upon their return from Martinique.
Persons who should have been at the airport to welcome home the only federation in the Bahamas, the only federation in the region to win Carifta for 8 consecutive times, that the priority was shifted to be at a political event.
Cargill's comments come following a proposed welcome reception at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for the 36-member team this morning. However, only 2 athletes were present, sitting in the audience of what became a heated war of words from Sports Minister Mario Boleg.
Any suggestion that political engagement took priority over the recognition of these young people would be inaccurate. Do not allow your president, who seems to always use his political position, to muddy the water on the facts of what's happening here with this administration and this ministry as it relates to our support to these athletes and to the Swim Federation.
Boleg also apologizing to the athletes for his absence at their return.
In my absence and in the absence of the Director of Sports, who was unwell, senior representatives of the ministry attended the airport to welcome the team. Upon arrival, they were advised that their presence would be unnecessary.
But the latest developments stemming from years of back and forth between the two, with the chief concern being the lack of maintenance at the Betty Kelly Canning Aquatic Center. Team Bahamas finishing with 795 points, snapping its 8th straight Carifta Aquatics title this year. But Cargill claims their performance this year was severely impacted by being forced out of the pool for 2 months, even after nearly $5 million of government upgrades to host Carifta back in 2024.
Months later, the facility started to fall apart. The cooling and heating system is not working. We cannot swim in water below 78 degrees and not water temperature over 82 degrees. The temperature reading then was in the low 60s. And to ask any child to swim in that temperature would have been asking for a health challenge.
As politics begin to cross over into the world of sports, Cargill, who has served as Federation president since 2003, is tonight seeking to clear his name, admitting he is a member of the F&M but never mixed the two.
I am not a candidate in this election. I choose to volunteer my time in order to advance our country. I am not involved on any national campaign to destroy the government. I am here simply because I love what I do as a president, and I want the aquatics community to advance.
Boleg maintains his one request is for discussions to be grounded in facts. The Davis administration has made the largest injection into aquatics in their term in the country's history, $202,000 for Carifta travel this year alone.
A chartered aircraft was secured at a cost of approximately $155,000. An extra $17,000 fuel cost to facilitate the travel of our delegation. In addition, the Bahamas Aquatics Federation received a grant of $30,000, which was double the amount of the previous year.
Despite the back and forth, both sides claim their main priority is on the betterment of athletes and the sport at large. Devontae Hannah, Eyewitness News.
On to some other news tonight. Investigators are working to piece together what led to the disappearance of an American woman who went overboard during a reported boating trip in Abaco waters with her husband. Our Linton Ritchie Jr. joining me live in studio with the latest on this. Linton?
Well, Janelle, questions continue to mount over what exactly unfolded aboard a dinghy involving an American couple, as the husband remains at the center of an active police investigation. His attorney is maintaining his innocence, but the missing woman's family fears foul play may be involved.
He has not been charged, and the normal custom is that once a person is in custody, there's a formal interview that is done before any decision is made to either charge or release the person.
Authorities continuing their investigations into the disappearance of 55-year-old Lynette Hooker, who fell overboard from her and her husband, Brian Hooker's small dinghy, Saturday night during a voyage from Hopetown to Elbow Key. Eyewitness News has learned that authorities have located the couple's main vessel, Soulmate, and are now combing through devices trying to piece together any evidence that could have created motive for Hooker to play a role in his wife's disappearance. Hooker's attorney, Terrell Butler, makes it clear that her client denies any wrongdoing and continues to cooperate with Royal Bahamas Police Force investigators.
He would have had an interview in Abaco sometime today. However, late last night, after purchasing my ticket for Abaco, I was told that he would be interviewed in Grand Bahama.
Hooker's daughter, Carly Aylesworth, not shy on words during interviews with international press, questioning her stepfather's account, claiming the marriage had a history of domestic violence.
Issues between them have not been good, so it's just weird that this is happening now. Okay, you said this was gonna probably happen and now it's happening, so.
It tells a different story than photos plastered on the couple's social media pages, which appears to show their love for boating and life together. Now Butler says she's still awaiting communication with her client and is in no possession of legal documents stating any charges against Hooker.
I wouldn't want to speculate at this point. As counsel, I like to see things in black and white. So once he's brought over, I can request of the officer to find out what he is being detained for.
Now, Janaea, moments before news time, Eyewitness News has been made to understand by Terrell Butler, Brian Hooker's attorney, that he just landed in Grand Bahama tonight and he is being held at that station for questioning. For now, his wife still remains missing at sea. Of course, it's a story we are continuing to follow. Reporting live in studio, I'm Linton Ritchie Jr., sending it back to you at the desk, Janaea.
Thanks so much, Linton. Well, voter registration has now officially closed with more than 200,000 eligible Bahamian voters on that list. The Parliamentary Registration Department confirming the register was formally closed at 10 p.m. on Wednesday night. However, Eyewitness News understands that Parliamentary Registration Department staff continued assisting some last-minute applicants at various centers well into the early hours of Thursday morning. In some cases, we're told as late as 3 a.m. This comes as the country moves into the final stages of preparation for the upcoming general election on May 12th. The election writ is expected to be issued by the Governor General today with the notice of election to follow. Nomination day now set for April 16th, while the advance polls are scheduled for April 30th, according to Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson.
2000, I think we over 203,000 now. So we expect that it will go maybe up to 204,000 before the day is out. We expect and we anticipate a high voter turnout. The Bahamas, like the Bahamian people, like to vote. And 2021 is no guideline for us to look at because it was the COVID year. And if you look around the world, voter turnout throughout the world has been low in the last few years. But for the Bahamas, although we had COVID, we were still in 67%. Countries now without COVID, and 30-40%. So we expect that it will rise tremendously.
Well, the governing Progressive Liberal Party unveiling its blueprint for progress last night, outlining its vision for the country should they be returned to office. Linton Ritchie Jr. has the details in this report.
Promises filled the air at the University of the Bahamas on Wednesday night as the Progressive Liberal Party launched their Blueprint for Progress, the way forward for the country if re-elected at the polls. Issues plaguing the nation, such as the acquisition of fraudulent documents and immigration, were addressed, with the government committing to implement stiffer penalties and systems to grip illegal migrants.
If you facilitate passport fraud or document fraud, you will face mandatory penalties of up to 10 years in prison or fines up to $50,000 or both. We will procure a national biometric immigration system and deploy biometric e-gates that flag prior deportees and multiple identity fraud with overstay alerts triggered within 48 hours.
And despite government stripping away full medical coverage for the dependents of those in uniform branches, officials are set to on-stream a new benefit along with legislation to protect those most vulnerable.
We will introduce legislation to deal with elder abandonment. We are also moving forward with extending health insurance coverage to all public servants, including contract government workers.
Building on the promise of affordable housing and making home ownership a reality, PLP candidate for Fort Charlotte, Sabas Bastian, pledged that government will accelerate their efforts.
We will have a social acquisition program that will purchase, rehabilitate distressed homes, abandoned properties, and bring them back to the affordable housing pool. We will create a residential tenancy authority with the power to inspect, enforce, and ensure compliance. Landlords who rent unsafe, unhealthy, low standard of living spaces will be held accountable.
Another vow listed in government's Blueprint for Change, launched in 2021, energy reform, was addressed by Minister of Energy and Transport, Jobeth Colby Davis.
We are moving to retire BPL's legacy debt burden within the next term. We will complete all 23 microgrid and solar projects within the next term.
From the farming sector, Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources Jomo Campbell says if re-elected, modernizing the farming industry and reducing food imports, he claims, will come to fruition.
By 2030, we will reduce our national food import expenditure by 25%, keeping an additional $200 million circulating in the Bahamian. We will introduce a national agriculture drone program, training and certifying 100 Bahamian drone pilots by 2028.
Minister of Labor and Public Service Pia Glover-Roll and Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal Keith Bell announcing government's plan for new employment legislation and better performance from government agencies.
We will cap probation at 6 months in the private sector and 12 months in the public sector. We will require all major investment projects receiving concessions to submit a Bahamian employment and professional development plan.
We will require all state-owned enterprises to submit binding business plans by 2027 with clear milestones to reduce dependence on government subsidy.
As for island infrastructure, Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs Clay Sweeting says the transformation to market islands will be paramount if the Davis administration is re-elected.
We will begin public consultation on a new city in Andros. Andros has the size. Andros has the potential.
Enhancing public education and keeping the education curriculum modernized will be the mandate for a government if successful at the polls in May.
We will also launch the Bahamian AI Academy through BTVI and the University of the Bahamas.
We will make early childhood care and pre-primary education universal and compulsory from age 4.
Now, apart from launching the Blueprint for Progress, government has launched its Blueprint Tracker, a tool which Prime Minister Philip Davis says will allow Bahamians to hold government accountable. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Well, Labor Minister Pia Glover-Roll digging deeper into proposed consequences for employees that violate the mandate to prioritize hiring Bahamians before other nationalities, noting that the PLP administration, if given another run, is considering implementing fines as well.
As for we're saying that there will be stricter guidelines for employers, yes, we're looking at even potentially fines where these employers are not circumventing the law to bring in foreign workers. We are not anti-foreign worker, but we definitely are pro-Bahamian worker.
While the minister says there's no certainty as to what those fees will look like, she acknowledged the trend of employers favoring foreigners due to the ability to pay them lower wages.
There is a trend of the minimum wage standard for workers that are brought in. But if you would remember on our platform last night, we also spoke about ensuring that Bahamians are assimilated into high-paying roles, and we'll be using that as also an index to ensure that we're not only identifying Bahamians for entry-level roles, but the highest-paid roles that we are ensuring through this monitoring evaluation process, through our skill sets and upskilling focus, that we are actually directing Bahamians to the best professional, highest-paid roles in our market.
Time the public reacting tonight to the PLP's Blueprint for Progress with mixed views on whether it resonates with voters. Laurencia Smith went out to find out whether the public is buying into the plan or do they remain skeptical.
The big question tonight, are Bahamians buying into the Progressive Liberal Party's Blueprint for Progress or tuning it out? Initial reaction online appears mixed, with some supporting the plan while others remain unconvinced. The party's agenda ahead of the May 12th general election, outlining promises on energy reform, the economy, homeownership, crime, and health care. Among the headlines, a commitment to provide health insurance for all public servants, including contract workers, if re-elected. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville also unveiling a 10-year plan aimed at reducing chronic illnesses. But not everyone is sold. One viewer calling it in part lip service, others praising the move. Covering contract workers too shows true inclusivity. And some taking a hard line, questioning why these promises are only being made now. Meanwhile, the debate over fraudulent documents continue to dominate headlines. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe is vowing a crackdown with tougher penalty for those caught producing or using fake passports and identifications. But even that promise is being met with skepticism. Some viewers arguing if it's a priority now, it should have been addressed years ago. Others dismissing the timing, calling it political rhetoric, stating 5 years later, hey, sing whatever song the people want to hear. We also took the question to the street, but many declined to comment, others admitting they haven't been following the issue closely. And there was some mixed reaction over the blueprint.
If they can't get it together in all them years, and now they're trying to get it together, so what took to all these years to get it together?
And with the leadership they have now, they are doing a good job, and I just hope that they don't just, let anything get in the way, or especially negativity, because the election is almost here now.
The plan was unveiled on the campus of the University of the Bahamas, with energy reform emerging as a critical pillar. But again, the question of timing continues to follow the conversation. It's easy to say what you'll do in the next term, but the question is, what have you done in the term you just had? Some Bahamians asking why now, arguing that promises for the future don't replace results they expect to see by now. And with all three of the major political parties now having laid out their vision, the focus shifts to voters and whether they will buy into the promises or demand proof. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Well, as you heard, the government unveiling its opportunity vision, outlining plans to expand education, create jobs, improve health care, and grow the economy, while also pointing to progress made under its blueprint for change. Eyewitness News turning to social media, posing the question, do you think the opportunity vision meets the needs of Bahamians? Well, 31% of participants voting yes, it focuses on the right priorities. 4% voted some good ideas, but key issues are missing, while some 64% had voted no. It doesn't address the country's main concerns. 1% voted that they were unsure. Be sure to continue to participate in our daily digital polls, as your voice matters. Well, as the country moves closer to the 2026 general election, many Bahamians reflecting on what the voter experience once felt like and how much has changed over the years. Our Rebecca Bain has the details in this report.
The first general election in the Bahamas was held November 26, 1962, and more than 6 decades later, the process remains the same, but the feeling around it has shifted.
I ain't gonna lie, my first time, let me go put my vote there. Yeah, man, I was excited.
For others, however, that sense of excitement and purpose has faded over time.
The pride to say want to vote in this election is not there.
Now, don't matter.
The traditional purpose of a general election is to decide which party Bahamians believe is best suited to govern. But many now argue that some politicians have lost sight of what that responsibility truly means, pointing to a time when they believe leaders prioritize the best interests of the people above all else.
People wanted to build a country. They wanted to know what they could have done for their country. Now people want to know what the country can do for them.
You know, you had good candidates, ones that were willing to work, help the community, and you saw the community growing back then.
I ain't tell you no lie. You from Andros? But listen to me. You used to see the big man all the time. You used to come down there to us, see them often, catch flights in the Congo down to see us and things.
Concerns are also growing about the heightened tensions that come with the political season, with divisions not only between parties, but sometimes even within families.
That shouldn't have to be no either. That don't make no sense. That shouldn't have to be. Everybody has their point of view, who they wants to vote for or whatever. That don't make no sense. They need to stop that too. You know, something need to be done and changes need to be made with that. No, and there shouldn't be no fuss or fight no either. You know, everybody has their opinion.
Meanwhile, the 2025 by-election showed a drop in young voter turnout, a trend many seasoned voters find concerning. And for some young people, they've expressed this interest on social media, but they are being urged to exercise their right to vote.
So now it's your time to stand up, to make some sound, to make noise, to change things. And that vote is going to count when you do that.
To make a change, the younger people got to step up and do something. Fight for something, don't fight for nothing.
And while all eyes are now on the 2026 general election, questions remain about voter engagement and the future of the democratic process. Rebecca Bain, Eyewitness News.
Well, in other local news tonight, a community leader is crying shame on what he says are comments being spewed by heads of political organizations that could strike xenophobia at a time that he says unity must prevail. Our Jose Etienne has the details tonight.
There is deepening concern that recent political rhetoric on the campaign trail is being divisive as the nation readies itself for a major democratic process in just a few weeks. It comes as issues related to immigration and passport fraud dominate headlines, while it also remains a central pillar to the campaign message of political parties. But President of the United Haitian and Bahamian Association, Michael Tellerin, believes the Coalition of Independence, he says, is going well beyond the pale.
Indeed, we have some issues that need to be solved, some policies that really need to go in place as it relates to the immigration situation. But how are you bringing forth your message? And the message that you're bringing forth, you cannot be careless with it, because at the end of the day, when all is said and done, we still have to live together.
A key flashpoint, Tellerin says, is COI leader Lincoln Bain urging residents to take matters into their own hands, to report potential voters standing on the line come election day who may not be speaking fluent English.
Xenophobic, it go beyond that, and it's going to borderline almost racism.
But that barely scratches the surface of his concern.
You're going to agitate the person who focusing on getting their vote to get back to work, or getting their vote to get back to their livelihood. And then in that moment, no one is interested in going through that rhetoric that they are spewing. And I'm very much concerned, because you may find somebody who might just challenge that.
At the heart of Bain's concerns is holders of passports that may have been fraudulently obtained. It comes as more and more cases are emerging with foreign nationals being charged and in some cases jailed with having bogus IDs. Bain warns that such an issue could undermine the upcoming election. The opposition Free National Movement has continued with its line of attack on that issue, whereas the governing Progressive Liberal Party says it's a problem the FNM created and that they're fixing it. But others believe the issue is being dragged deliberately for political gain.
For you to just bring this up now, for you to feel like this is the time in the season for that to take place, to cast a vote or to win the heart of the people is wrong to me.
Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
Well, in light of recent matters involving the possession and attempted use of fraudulent documents by foreign nationals, Prime Minister Philip Davis acknowledged that due to, quote, human error, it's expected that there will be some cases that, quote, fall through the cracks. More recently, yesterday, a Haitian man was jailed for possession and attempted use of a forged voter's card to obtain a national insurance ID.
Let us start from the premise, right, that we're all humans. We are humans. And human ingenuity is such that there will be things that fall through the crack. We are doing everything possible in our power to ensure that no one falls through the crack. We're doing everything in our power. We have initiatives in place, right? We have strengthened our police force. We have strengthened our immigration, our borders. We've done all those things to ensure that there'll be no slippage to the cracks.
Prime Minister Davis is challenging anyone privy to information involving any individual's possession or use of fraudulent government documents to report it to law enforcement, referencing some 30 to 40 fraudulent passport cases are currently before the courts.
Right, where we are enforcing our laws. If you know about anyone who is not entitled to have a document that they should have, report it to the police. The police are vigilant. The reason why you know about it is because the police did their job. They are able to arrest someone. So if you know anything about any complaint about fraudulent documents, if you have that information, don't just talk about it, report it to the police. The police have a whole team that's have been investigating these matters for the last 2 years. That's why we're able to have over, close to 30 or 40 people before the courts now for fraudulent passport. If we were lax about these things, would they have been arrested? Would they have been charged? Would one or two have been in jail today?
Well, we've added another access point to make sure that you're up to date with the latest news. Follow the Eyewitness News WhatsApp channel, scan that QR code on your screen, or visit our social media pages for a direct link. While you're there, don't forget to follow Eyewitness News on Instagram and Facebook. Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Eye on News hotline, 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas @gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, Junkanoo Beach Club vendors claiming victimization by officials. We've got that story coming up. And later tonight, government breaking ground for a new clinic in the Berry Islands. We've got more on that right after this break.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Got that crispy onions crunch, take a bite, it's a smile. Sweet onion sauce drip, happy running down my side. Pepper jack cheese, bring a little playful wild. Brioche bun soft like a cloud on this ride. Oh, let's get chicky with it. Hey, taste the sweet side of things. Every single bite, so litty. Got my whole crew doing their thing. Crispy onions, sweet onion sauce. Pepper jack cheese, going off. Brioche bun, sitting pretty. Let's get
KFC, it's finger licking good.
It's back. Agri-Expo 2026, presented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, April 10th through 12th at the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center. Agriculture, our heritage, our future, comes alive with the latest farming technologies, exciting cooking demonstrations and competitions, Bahamian farmers and vendors from across the islands, fun for the kids at the Kitty Corner, nightly musical concerts, and free admission for everyone. Bring the whole family and celebrate what feeds our nation. Agri-Expo 2026. Let's get growing.
Everyone hates a dead car battery. Why not get a battery that lasts and has a 12-month warranty and is only $64.50? Intercontinental batteries are made with German technology, compatible with Japanese, US, and European vehicles, and adapts to warm climates. All right, good to go. These batteries are high quality, affordable, innovative, and only available at AID. Visit us online or WhatsApp us at 427-0026. AID. all you really need, and more.
Captain Cash and Go viral videos have shown you using what is said to be super speed to deliver cash to citizens around the world. Can you explain this?
Those people are simply taking advantage of Cash and Go's Cash Now money lending service, our easy-to-use money lending portal.
How does it work?
Well, you simply enter your information along with a recent payslip, a picture of your ID, and then select your loan amount and the repayment term. We review it as soon as possible. And then once approved, we could have your cash delivered to your mobile wallet, or we could send it directly to a bank of your choosing. Any more questions?
No. Thanks, Cash and Go, man.
It's Captain Cash and Go.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's!
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. You're getting the cheapest tonight at Shell, $6.97. Rubis coming in at $6.98. Esso, the highest tonight, $7.39. Those are your local prices at the pump. Welcome back. In news from the courts tonight, an 18-year-old man being reprimanded after he was caught making a mockery of the law. Authorities say Alexander Heiler, a young man awaiting trial for armed robbery, reportedly lied about a medical emergency to attend the Collide Cooler Fete over the holiday weekend. The prosecutor said the young man called for permission to go out, claiming he, quote, needed medical attention. However, monitoring data later showed he was near the Cooler Fete that night. The magistrate admonishing Heiler for lying and breaching his bail so brazenly, he was fined some $500 or 1 month in prison. Still talking court news tonight, an arrest warrant remains outstanding for Akil Humes, the prosecution's key witness in the high-profile corruption case of former CID head Michael Johnson and Sergeant D'Angelo Rolls. Senior Magistrate Anishka Isaacs issuing that warrant for Holmes' arrest last month after he failed to show up for his assault trial. He's accused of assaulting his estranged wife on January 1st when she went to pick up their son. He's a former ICS security employee accused of using inside information to steal some $1.4 million that was in the custody of the company before the money was flown to various branches of the Bank of the Bahamas. However, prosecutors dropped charges of conspiracy to commit stealing, and receiving some $40,000 of the stolen money against Humes in exchange for his testimony against Johnson. Defense lawyer Brajon Ferguson and Sergeant D'Angelo Roll. Johnson is accused of stealing some $90,000 from Humes, while Sergeant Roll is accused of abetment to stealing. Humes has already started testifying against 4 officers in another case connected to a police investigation into that money heist. Corporal Chavez Sawyer, Constable Benson Miller, Sergeant Nelson Miller, and Sergeant D'Angelo Roll are all accused of attempting to extort money from Humes on November 3rd of 2023. He's expected to resume his testimony in that case in June of this year. On to some other news tonight. Vendors at a popular tourist hotspot, they're speaking out tonight, claiming they have endured a long period of harassment, allegations of intimidation, and what they describe as unlawful enforcement. Our Rebecca Bain has the details tonight.
For more than a year, Junkanoo Beach, one of Nassau's most popular tourist hotspots, has been under scrutiny for its safety and operations. Some tourists even taking to social media about their experiences.
I recently visited the Bahamas and I went to Junkanoo Beach where I was harassed by the local men, so much so that I started to fear for my safety.
But the Junkanoo Beach Association is pushing back against those claims, which have hidden vendors taking issue with the management within the Ministry of Tourism, who they believe are also also painting them out to be delinquents and practitioners of illegal operations.
The vendors are being micromanaged. In essence, we have our staff members that are coming here and saying that they were told by the security department of the ministry to leave, and no one has followed up with us. So basically, they're managing the staff members and micromanaging all of the departments. Persons are constantly under surveillance, and some persons have been under surveillance in their personal lives, at their home, etc.
Richard Ramming, owner of Junkanoo Beach Bar and Grill, also echoing those concerns, adding that officials are now calling for vendors to demolish their structure, an issue they say they never had.
No individual has ever been approached by the Department of Physical Planning. The only person that has approached them has been the Ministry of Tourism. So the question is, if these structures were deemed to be out of code, why hasn't nobody from Physical Planning ever approached individuals who own these businesses? Shut it down and go home? No, man, you don't do that to people.
The association also alleges that years of ongoing issues have worsened with reported water and electricity disruptions, lasting up to 2 months, forcing vendors to work under poor conditions and affecting public health and visitor experience. And now they are calling for government intervention.
I do not believe that the minister or the government is fully aware of what we've been dealing with on a daily basis. All we've done over the past 2 decades is to create something meaningful here at Junkanoo Beach. We took Junkanoo Beach from having 3, 4, 5 visitors a day to having over 2,000.
In a statement, the Ministry of Tourism says it is aware of the association's concerns and remains engaged through appropriate channels. And for the association, they hope this message is clear.
We're Bahamians just wanting to make a living. We're human beings. We have families. We have mortgages.
Rebecca Bain, Eyewitness News.
Well, another step is being taken toward the development of a multi-million-dollar clinic on the Berry Islands. Our Danielle Dean was on island. She filed this report.
Construction set to begin early May for a $4+ million clinic on the Berry Islands. A groundbreaking ceremony on Bullock's Harbor, Great Harbor Key Thursday saw Prime Minister Philip Davis, Minister of Health Dr. Michael Darville, contractor Terrence Winder of Winder's Construction, and other guests present.
Anyone can make a promise. Anyone can speak in broad terms about change. But people place their trust in leadership when they can see what that trust has produced. A road, a school, a housing development, a dock, an airport, a clinic.
While Prime Minister Philip Davis urged locals that further progress can only be made on this and other projects if they're given another term, there are social media critics who don't believe there's been any real change and have expressed they're still ready to see another party take office. The minister says the groundbreaking of the 7,000 square foot facility is, quote, not fake, and that the administration has every intention of completing what they started.
In the final hour of our tenure in this term in office, we're here to deliver this project. It's not a fake groundbreaking. This is a real project. We've been working on this project for more than 2.5 years. This project is in collaboration with the technical team from the Ministry of Works, led by the Honorable Clay Sweeting.
Winder and his son, who are partners in the business, excitedly addressed the crowd of locals present, expressing they're ready to get to work.
It may be a long time coming, but never too late.
This is for us. You know, everyone here who lives here knows that we get to use this facility.
The 30-day countdown to commencement of construction began April 2nd after a contract signing between the government and the construction company on New Providence. But Berry Islanders hope that regardless of which party holds office for the next 5 years post-general election, the projects will be completed and that the Berry Islands will continue to see development in other sectors. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
So to come in Eyewitness News tonight, EV Motors, they're gearing up for its second auto show and tennis tournament. We've got the details, but first, a check on tonight's weather forecast.
Welcome back to The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. Across the islands, MOET is helping Bahamians take control of their future through the Post Office Savings Bank. It's simple, reliable, and designed for everyone, no matter which island you call home. The post office isn't just for mail. It's also home to a hidden gem called the Savings Bank. With just $3.15, you can make a huge difference towards your future finances. Come, let me show you how it works. Saving doesn't have to be complicated. From first-time savers to parents planning ahead, the Post Office Savings Bank has been helping Bahamians put a little aside, safely, securely, and close to home.
The Post Office Savings Bank is a thrift bank established by the Bahamas government to assist all Bahamians to save.
Opening an account is easy, and the bank is designed for everyone, no matter your goals, an upcoming trip, school expenses, or just a little peace of mind.
It's completely free to save with us. There are no fees attached to your accounts. There's no service fee, no VAT fee, and no withdrawal fee. Plus, our interest is unbeatable. 5% on all of our accounts. We are also located in every family island where our post office is.
No complications, no hidden fees. Just a simple, reliable way to save at your pace wherever you are.
You just have to be a Bahamian citizen or Bahamian resident. All you need is a passport, voter's card, or driver's license, and a NIV, and a minimum of $3 to open an account. We offer 3 different types of accounts: organizational, which is a non-profit, individual account, and joint account.
I'm Erin Scavella, and this is The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. Small steps today can turn into big savings tomorrow. Start saving, start simple, and start right where you are.
2021. Borders overrun. Gang wars raging. Crime out of control. 4 years later, we're stronger. More than 1,000 new police and defense force officers, new interceptors protecting our waters, record numbers repatriated, and with stronger security partnerships, tougher anti-gang laws, and shantytown crackdowns, we're tightening our grip. Stronger borders, safer streets. This fight is never finished.
Bahamian ownership in fly fishing is very important. Not only does it create opportunities for Bahamians, this is our industry, so we're proud of what we do. Opportunity is important. It's the story of my life, because with the opportunities, you can chart your own course. Prime Minister Davis and his team see the opportunities by providing these grants and what it can do for our country. It's just wonderful, and I'm glad to see these ventures working so that other people can get involved. This is real. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's help ourselves.
There are a lot of new opportunities in our country. We are building an economy that includes everyone. And you chose to come to PTVI.
The best place to learn.
Expanding and updating PTVI.
It prepared me for the future to be an entrepreneur.
And this is what this is all about. We are creating more opportunities for more Bahamians, because opportunity is the key to success.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture are hosting a job readiness program graduation today at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium. The 8-week program, which has been in existence for more than a decade, focuses on building skills, behavior, and aptitude among young people. This year's cohort included some 27 graduates between the ages of 16 and 18, officials emphasizing the program's impact and sharing plans to expand the initiative beyond the capital.
What our employers have told us and our partners, who we're so grateful for, they've indicated that they want the young people to come in with a certain skill level. So we bring them in and we skill them up with, all of our soft skills and Bahamas training and all of that good stuff. And then we put them directly into the workforce, and we have seen them blossom, we've seen them grow. And so today is just a celebration to be able to highlight their achievements and to make them feel honored. So we do want to expand the program next year to the Family Islands. Family Islands have been asking for initiatives like the Job Ready program. And so we look forward to expanding possibly into Eleuthera, Exuma, possibly Cat Island, even San Salvador and some of the other islands. They want their young people as well to be skilled up and to be made job ready so that they can access these amazing opportunities.
Graduates of the program also sharing their experiences. They're encouraging other young people to take part.
How the person is prepared for most things. This taught me how to prepare for my job, prepare for interviews and everything. I can say that if I didn't do this program, I wouldn't be here right now. It's not every day a 17-year-old is hired by a big company to work in a corporate office, so this was a very important opportunity for our youth, also for people coming. My supervisor, she spoke to me and she said that when she graduated high school, less than 10 years ago, she wasn't aware of this opportunity, so it's very amazing.
It was a good experience. I learned a few new skills that I can carry on with me throughout life. I also get to drive in a golf cart, so that was fun too. And then it was good supervision over me who was training me as good people. So overall, it was a good experience for me.
This weekend, cars and tennis collide as the EV Motors Open Mixed Doubles Tennis Tournament and Auto Showcase, they take center stage. Our Laurentia Smith has the details.
Innovation meets sports once again as EV Motors gears up for the second edition of its EV Open Mixed Doubles Tennis Tournament and Auto Showcase, set for this weekend over at the Bahamas Tennis Center. EV Motors General Manager Shamar Jones speaking at a recent press conference outlining what's at stake, including top prizes for winners and an expectation of a high-energy experience for attendees, combined with high-level tennis and with an impressive auto showcase.
Of the 2026 Jutura Jacksons as our grand prizes is very intentional. It highlights the kind of modern, forward-thinking vehicles we're bringing to the market. Vehicles that combine design, technology, and performance at a high level.
The inaugural tournament was hosted last October, delivering high drama and strong competition with Lakira Russell and Jack Tomlinson representing Pitt Realty emerging as champions and setting the bar for this year's field. Director of Rackets at Bahamas, Deron Donaldson, says the competition this year is even stiffer, with more than 16 teams entering the mix, promising a weekend full of intense matchups and top-tier talent.
Is coming in for this event. So we just had this in October last year, and not even 6 months later, the word has gotten around and it's now made international waters where people are coming in for the event. So that attests to what they see this event is growing to.
Director of Marketing at EV Motors, Jamie Pinder, says that the EV Motors Open is about energy, movement, and connection.
Open is about energy, movement, and connection. It's about giving our community something to be a part of, whether you're competing on the court, supporting from the sidelines, or engaging with our brand in a new way.
Powering this year's tournament and showcase is a strong list of sponsors, among them including MCR Better Homes and Garden, Bank of the Bahamas, Eden Wells, Scotia Bank, BMG Insurance, Dunkin' Donuts Bahamas, and GSM Tennis Solution. Organizers say the support continues to drive the growth of the event, blending tennis, business, lifestyle, all in one weekend. Laurentia Smith, Eyewitness News.
So to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurentia Smith has your latest check on sports.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
Executive Director of Industry Facilitation for the Ministry of Tourism, Karen Seymour, as well as Coordinator of Family Island Development, Don Simmons, showed us what festival goers got to experience at Muttonfest 2026.
It's been fantastic. I mean, yesterday was a bit down, but nevertheless, the vendors assured us that things went well. Everyone sold, practically everyone sold out. The sponsors are happy. We're happy. I think over the course of the last, I would say 4 years, we've gone from strength to strength. The team has really bought into it. The community, more than anything, has bought into it. Our sponsorship has grown. Everyone has, to a man, everyone has indicated that this is the best one yet. We have hotels buy in. We have the community members buying in. The Long Island Association has always been a great supporter. It's been fantastic.
Last night, despite the rain, the weather, we had a good come out. We had the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band. They performed. They did their performance. It was excellent. excellent. They haven't been here in quite a while. So that was something that was really hyped last night. And especially we have our local band, the High Tide Band. They performed as well. We also have Puzzle and Funky D. And of course, again, tonight we have Junkanoo. We haven't had Junkanoo, a really good Junkanoo hype in a very long time. So I think that's going to be one of the highlights of the entertainment. So next year, 2027, we're looking forward to bigger and better things. This year was great, but 2027 will be bigger and better.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Swing by any Super Value or Quality Supermarkets location this April for spring specials like Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounces, $1.19. Robin Hood flour, 5 1/2 pounds, $4.99. Boneless chuck roast, $7.99 per pound. Russet potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.99. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $5.99. Starting with Easter and ending with the regatta, April showers you with savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
A storied party falling apart. F&M's fleeing. Chaos. Confusion. Even court battles. What's happening with the F&M is sad. Divided. Directionless. Dysfunctional. The ones left behind won't admit it, but it's chaos inside. They say a fish rots from the head down. If Michael Pintard can't keep his own party together, how can he run an entire country?
At BOB, we take pride in our business banking.
I chose Bank of the Bahamas because it was a Bahamian-owned bank. The bank has certainly supported our evolution through overdraft facilities, purchasing of equipment, facilitating of salary payments, and I really believe that Bank of the Bahamas is able to help in the development of the local economy. I would truly recommend the services at Bank of the Bahamas.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, we are at the 8 o'clock hour for our sports newscast. Please log on to our Facebook pages and all of our social media for the latest news on sports with our Laurentia Smith. Coming up in Beyond the Headlines with Shanique Miller, it's a look at all of today's top stories, and it's also temperature check. That's coming up in Beyond the Headlines. It starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janae Nawal saying good night and be safe, everyone.
We have made significant progress on the installation of the temporary causeway at the Tino Beach Bridge. The causeway, when completed, will allow all vehicle types to access Tino Island with no weight restrictions.
So since the passing of Hurricane Dorian, the Lucayan Service Company has been challenged over the past 6 years. We have had major failures within the interior parts of the island on Grand Bahama Highway that lead across to the eastern part of the island, which is the Casarina Bridge and the Sajak Havel Bridge.
In August 2023, after an inspection of the Tino Beach Bridge, there were some concerns.
And for 2 years, we've been working very closely with engineers here on island and those that are from out of Nassau as well to ensure that we had the best results going forward.
We've been exploring various options to replace the bridge to ensure that we make the best decision on the way forward for long-term sustainability. The causeway will be built by simply dumping fill into the canal. This fill will be compacted to engineering standards. After it's compacted, an asphalt top will be added. After the asphalt top is added, there will be jersey barriers and other traffic management tools to make sure pedestrians and road users are safe.
Currently, this is an emergency repair that we're doing right now.
It will allow residents on the southern side of the bridge to return to a sense of normalcy. Bukhari Service Company and Tamarind Development Company, we take the environment serious.
We want to let everybody know that an environmental study was completed.
And we are following the environmental monitoring plan that was provided.
We continue to work along with stakeholders and also with outside and exterior entities
to make sure we adhere to the plan and we are accountable.
And any concerns that they bring to the table, they are foremost addressed in an urgent and controlled manner.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to catch J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that? Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again. Amen to that. Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, fat on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie.
We have made significant progress on the installation of the temporary causeway at the Tino Beach Bridge.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition,
a little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Island Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future.
Everybody get up.
Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
Everybody get up.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
Don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
Your say, your vote, your choice.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
coming up tonight, the Carifta swim team in the middle of a political row. It's temperature check tonight. Get ready for real analysis and no-holds-barred opinions. This evening, Elizabeth, Southern Shores, Bimini, and the Berry Islands. That's right, it's a 3-for-1 tonight. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening, I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, tonight, politics triggering a war of words in the sports world as the minister responsible is accusing a federation president for allowing political affiliation to mislead those in the community. The federation president, however, is telling Devontae Hanna that this is not the case. We have both sides of the story tonight, and then we come back and talk about it.
The Bahamas Carifta Aquatics team may be revered as the strongest in the region, but Federation President Algernon Cargill says the team is extremely disappointed after government officials seemingly abandoned them upon their return from Martinique.
Persons who should have been at the airport to welcome home the only federation in the Bahamas, the only federation in the region to win Carifta for 8 consecutive times, that the priority was shifted to be at a political event.
Cargill's comments come following a proposed welcome reception at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for the 36-member team this morning. However, only 2 athletes were present, sitting in the audience of what became a heated war of words from Sports Minister Mario Boleg.
Any suggestion that political engagement took priority over the recognition of these young people would be inaccurate. Do not allow your president, who seems to always use his political position, to muddy the water on the facts of what's happening here with this administration and this ministry as it relates to our support to these athletes and to the Swim Federation.
Boleg also apologizing to the athletes for his absence at their return.
In my absence and in the absence of the Director of Sports, who was unwell, senior representatives of the ministry attended the airport to welcome the team. Upon arrival, they were advised that their presence would be unnecessary.
But the latest developments stemming from years of back and forth between the two, with the chief concern being the lack of maintenance at the Betty Kelly Canning Aquatic Center. Team Bahamas finishing with 795 points, snapping its 8th straight Carifta Aquatics title this year. But Cargill claims their performance this year was severely impacted by being forced out of the pool for 2 months, even after nearly $5 million of government upgrades to host Carifta back in 2024.
Months later, the facility started to fall apart. The cooling and heating system is not working. We cannot swim in water below 78 degrees and not water temperature over 82 degrees. The temperature reading then was in the low 60s. And to ask any child to swim in that temperature would have been asking for a health challenge.
As politics begin to cross over into the world of sports, Cargill, who has served as Federation president since 2003, is tonight seeking to clear his name, admitting he is a member of the F&M but never mixed the two.
I'm not a candidate in this election. I choose to volunteer my time in order to advance our country. I am not involved on any national campaign to destroy the government. I am here simply because I love what I do as a president, and I want the aquatics community to advance.
Well, of course, that was earlier today. You all saw the full story in the news just a little while ago. And so we're going to talk about that this evening. Did politics play a role? Should the minister have been at the airport to greet the team, this stellar performance team that's won, I think, for an 8th straight meet? The Bahamas swim team has come up first, and we're obviously proud of them. Congratulations to Team Bahamas, the swim team. Or is there also some political mischief on the part of Mr. Cargill? I'm going to get the opinions of my panelists this evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, Peggy Candace, Gabrielle McKenzie-Eneas, and Howard Johnson. Howard, good to have you back. Good evening to all of you. Hey, let's jump right in very, very quickly. Let's talk about this. You all, how does this look? And why did this? Why now? Roughly a month out of the election, we now saying, "Oh, this is political," and this is the. How does this look, you all?
It's messy, it's sloppy, it's unnecessary. Like you said, we're 33 days out from general election. And everybody, the minister, everybody should be too busy to have this type of discussion. It is eclipsing the actual thing that is important, and that is the victory by the young people. And so it's unnecessary. And I think it's a bad move on behalf of the minister even to respond.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a bad move on behalf of Minister Bullock not to be present. I think that politics, the timing of the election had nothing to do with these Carifta games that are planned a year in advance. This swim team is in the Caribbean #1, 8 consecutive times. They should have been greeted with all the fanfare, all the press, all the junkanoo, all the everything. I happened to buck them on my way to Bimini, going to Martinique. They were excited, they were ready, and I told them, bring back home the win, and they did that. They deserve to be greeted with everything despite whatever was going on. Go to your political event late, because at the end of the day, this is what takes precedence. We're talking about progress. We have to make sure that we put these young people at the forward and center, front-facing, who are representing the Bahamas on an international stage.
Yeah, Shanique, election season is well upon us, and this is the silliest part of silly season. Unfortunately, the election date is set, and we're only 30+ days out, right? So what needs to be happening is we have to let the better angels of our nature prevail. This Carifta team that won, they won for the entire Bahamas. They didn't win for the PLP. They didn't win for the F&M. This should not be a political football by any stretch of the imagination. We should be celebrating these young people for making us proud as a country. And it is so sad that it had to descend into this political vitriol. And it's very, very, very embarrassing. And I can just imagine how terrible these kids should feel. Look, man, you got to split the baby like Solomon wanted to do, right? You have political activity going on, but you're still a member of the government. Mr. Boleg is the substantive minister of youth, sports, and culture, and he should have been there. There's going to be many in the next 34 days, political events that Mr. Boleg and everybody else who is politically involved can go to. This happens once a year. And so all the fanfare, like Gabby said, all of the officials from the government should have been there. There's no excuse.
Once every 2 years. But you were
once every 2 years. Yeah. There's no excuse. Everyone should have been there.
He wasn't a part of the program to speak, so it definitely didn't give him reason to show up late at the event, at least, so that you could be there for those students and they can feel as appreciated as they should.
Athletes.
For those athletes,
it's obviously, we are proud of them. Of course, they should have been given because we're track and field, perhaps, and so the thing is, of course, acknowledge them and celebrate them as they are deserving. They are absolutely deserving of it. Again, though, do not muddy it with making it political. But take the licks where necessary. Yes. Take the licks and the rebukes where necessary, because they should have been greeted certainly better than they were. And so go and have something big for them, highlight them, and put them all over the nation, so that we can recognize the victory that was had in Martinique. Meanwhile, Peggy, Gabrielle, Howard, let's move on now to exactly what we're doing tonight. Temperature check. Across the Bahamas tonight, the political climate is heating up. We see the climate there, I tell you that. My panel and I have gotten through more than a dozen constituencies so far. And so tonight, we're going to try and get through 3 of them. First, Elizabeth. The candidates are PLP, JoBeth Colby Davis. Of course, she is the incumbent. Free National Movement, Heather Hunt. And the Coalition of Independents, Donna Dorset Major. Peggy, Gabrielle, and Howard first. The Coalition of Independents candidate, Donna Dorset Major. What do we know about Donna Dorset Major? How is she resonating in Elizabeth? What kind of impact is she having on voters? And what's her presence like?
Well, Shanique, sadly, again, this is the first time, once we made aware the constituency, that you find out who the candidate is. And honestly, the research, I don't have the time for it right now, simply because the COI as a party is not resonating. And I often don't agree with much with Leslie Miller said, but I think the time could be spent otherwise.
Howard?
Yes. Well, I wasn't able to find out much of anything except that Mrs. Major is the COI's shadow minister of legal affairs and a shadow attorney general. Quite literally, that was the only thing I was able to find out about her.
Gabrielle?
I didn't get much from residents on Miss Major. And I know our time is of the essence, so host, whenever you're ready to keep moving, we can go ahead.
So you did as you normally do.
I did as I normally do.
You went in Elizabeth.
I went in Elizabeth.
Let's move on then. Let's go, panel, to the Free National Movement's candidate, Heather Hunt. What do we know about Heather? Heather is no stranger to frontline politics. I think she once tried in Marathon. There was a little back and forth of where she would go this political season, but she is now the Free National Movement's candidate for Elizabeth. Is she resonating? What's her footprint looking like in Elizabeth? And how are voters responding to her?
It's a song, I think, in many mountains to climb. She is surrounded by mountains in this constituency. Heather Hunt is part of the F&M musical chairs, where she was moved about until she landed in Elizabeth. I call her sacrificial lamb, old little lamb chop, because she's placed in a PLP stronghold which we'll talk about later. But is doing the regular walkabouts, little events here and there. I saw she went to a church service, but like I started and ended, she has a great mountain to overcome.
Heather Hunt was ratified amongst the last set of candidates for Elizabeth. So that's something that we have to note, particularly that she is getting out of the gate a little bit later than her counterparts. Heather Hunt, however, is a fighter. As Shanique would have mentioned, she's been no stranger to politics. So I believe that her mantra is the hunt is on.
She's being hunted.
So I believe that Heather Hunt has a lot of work to do, ground to cover, to catch up to the incumbent, as again getting out of the gate late in a seat that has enjoyed strong representation from the Progressive Liberal Party.
Yeah, Heather has good name recognition in politics. She's a former senator. She's been deputy chairman of the Free National Movement. And I've known this young lady since we both started as freshmen at the then College of the Bahamas in the late 90s. And so, you know, Heather is a very likable and approachable person. She knows what she's doing. She's run a campaign before in Marathon, and she's now in Elizabeth. But I'm going to have to agree with Gabby. Heather's gotten out of the gates very, very late against a very strong incumbent, and she's been campaigning. She is out there. She is working. Heather accepted this mantle to be the standard bearer for the Free National Movement in this constituency, and I believe that she thinks and believes that she can win. So she is going to work. She is out there knocking on doors. But one thing I could tell you as a two-time candidate, Shanique, there's something about starting late. When you're out there late with a formidable foe, an incumbent who is working and very visible and delivering, is that you have a lot of catching up to do. And if, let's say, Joe Beth has covered 6 or 7 polling divisions and Heather's just gotten out of the gates and she's only covered 2. Man, we're in that part of silly season where if people don't see you, they don't care what you have to say. They don't care how good what you have to present is being presented. They don't care what your party has in its manifesto. Some of these people are going to vote on whether or not I see you or not. If you ain't come to my house, if I haven't spoken to you, this is the reality. It's a sad one, but it is the reality. So coverage. So
you try, you're but in this very small window, you're saying the people trying to say, if I don't see you, then I ain't voting for you?
It's still happening.
Coverage or lack thereof is a very real thing 34 days out from an election.
Let's move very quickly to the incumbent. The incumbent is no secret to any of us. The incumbent is JoBeth Colby Davis. In Elizabeth, how is she resonating though? What kind of impression is she making trying to be re-elected in Elizabeth? And what's sort of the energy like between her and the voters?
JoBeth has built a reputation, a brand for being a worker, for being present. JoBeth has never left the ground. She have, she have an amazing team with her, and they have events every season and out of season. She's involved with Elizabeth Kids, Elizabeth Softball, Elizabeth Seniors, Elizabeth Juniors, the schools. JoBeth is ever present in Elizabeth, and she is a household name there, and so she's way ahead, more than 8 polling divisions each year.
Small but mighty.
Yes.
JoBeth Colby Davis is in Elizabeth. She has come out of the gate from her appointment to the Senate in sometime in 2017 as a force to be reckoned with. I will get dizzy trying to tell you all the programs she has going on in Lizzie, but she got on the ground, got in there, and kept going. Yes. I witnessed it firsthand on the ground, the way she connected with residents, the way she connected with first-time voters.
Yes.
She is targeting them. I got to see it up front in person while I was doing my rounds. And JoBeth Colby Davis is going to be the person to beat in that seat.
Howard, jump in really quickly.
That I have for all of the incumbents for the PLP to win their seats is visibility and deliverables. And JoBeth appears to have done a stellar job from 2021 to now in being visible and present in her constituency, and also delivering on many of the promises that she's made to residents.
I thank you all very much once again. Very quickly, let's just button this up nicely. Where is Elizabeth leaning right now? PLP, F&M, or COI?
PLP.
PLP.
There you have it. Elizabeth is leaning PLP at this moment. Don't go anywhere though, because when we come back, Southern Shores, did you all know it's 4 candidates there? 4 candidates, that's right, 4 candidates. And then Bimini and Berry Islands. This is Beyond the Headlines, temperature check, right after the break.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash, Superwash's newest spokesmodel. And I'm here to tell you about Superwash's large capacity washers and dryers for all your big loads.
I know I see that Charlie Banana coming here just now.
Uh-oh. Luckily, it's also big enough for me to hide it.
I thought he was right over here where these large capacity washer and dryers is. They're big enough now to handle your big loads, you know.
Yeah, like you can put on your blanket.
Well, just look at us. Somebody forget to turn on the dryer.
Oh,
stop! You hear something?
Yeah, that's the sound of clean.
Superwash washes you, processes you, and entertains you 24/7.
My name is Charles Wesley Rowe. My organic farm is Nice Layers Organic Farm. I have 230 birds up here. I give them fresh water, pumpkin, lettuce, cabbages, all the vegetables. Anything what I eat, they eat. Right now, we sell the eggs for $7 a dozen from Monday to Friday. On Saturdays, you can get 4 dozen eggs for $21. I'll be located on Jamaica Road, the western side, Silverstone Primary School.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
The race to 2026 is heating up, and the nation's voice is louder than ever. Here on Beyond the Headlines, we're checking the mood, the momentum, and the message of the people. I'm Shanique Miller. Each week, we're taking the temperature of the electorate to see what's really driving the nation. Who's connecting? Who's cooling off? What issues are heating up ahead of 2026? This is Temperature Check 2026, where journalism meets the nation's heartbeat.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Island Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. We're going to jump right back in. Of course, this is Temperature Check tonight. And so we are now on to the Southern Shores constituency. There are 4 candidates in this constituency. The PLP's Obi Roberts, the Free National Movement's Denali Penn, the Coalition of Independents Kirk Farrington, and an independent, I think just announced like a day or two ago, Leroy Major. And so, panel, welcome back. It's good to see you all. They're the 4 candidates right there on the screen. They're from Obi Roberts to the left to Leroy Major to the right. And so there they are. So let's start first then with Mr. Independent himself. He is the incumbent, in fact, you all. He is the Progressive Liberal Party's MP for Southern Shores. There he is right there. Leroy Major announced when the House dissolved that he will be running as an independent. What can we say about Leroy Major in Southern Shores? How has he performed this term? How are our constituents looking at him now that he is running as an independent? And what is, just how are you looking? What kind of traction is he having?
Leroy Major is a filled member of Parliament for Southern Shores. He's the reason why the PLP have to prove itself. The PLP candidate, current candidate, Leroy, if he was successful, I believe the PLP would have stick with him. He does not have a favorable reputation among his constituents. Leroy Majors playing a significant role in this election simply because he is the reason why the F&M candidate feels strong, because he's been such a poor representation.
In which way? How did he fail and drop the ball in your estimation?
Well, let's give, for instance, the things that the people are complaining about: road repairs. He did not much to fight for the constituency. There's a park that is now being renovated, remodeled, because he did not do his job. Even a park that is near his resident, because he is a constituent of Southern Shores, never was touched. And so many of the stuff that the PLP is now catching up on is because he did not pursue them as their representative in Southern Shores.
Boy, listen, I reached out to him, not recently, weeks and weeks ago, perhaps a month, to come on the show and tell your story. So what they say is what you have to accept, I'll tell you that. Gabrielle?
Leroy Major is a pastor, no?
Yes.
Well, I hope he's written his eulogy, because down the road in the cemetery, hi, Evergreen Mortuary, we have another one for you. We have another one for you. As what Peggy said, DOA. Evergreen, come get this one, because they have to be delusional. The man said the people of Southern Shores behind it.
The people are? You see the people? You see them?
Look back at it.
Did you go the same way?
Look at it.
Gabrielle,
Look back at it. DOA.
Gabrielle, did you?
Hi,
Gabrielle,
Evergreen Mortuary.
Gabrielle,
come get this one. Roll him out. He ain't even making it to the hospital. He gonna preach his when you
Please bring
I hope you have the concession speech ready.
Gabrielle, do not give your own opinion. Did you walk Southern Shores?
I went into Southern Shores.
And this is what the people are saying?
Ain't nobody tuning into the MP. That's why, honestly, it was he knew what was coming. That's why there were talks of the Progressive Liberal Party replacing him, and he knew what was coming. It's amazing that he's acting surprised, shocked, I don't know, despondent. Maybe he's still, I don't know, CPR can't help that one. I call it in Evergreen. Listen, she can make sure the flowers look nice. What color you like, sir? Because the people in Southern Shore say, ain't nothing happening. Delusional much.
Oh, man. Howard? Howard, I'm afraid to ask you.
It's hard to go after that, but no, actually, when you look at the position that Mr. Major found himself in as an elected member of Parliament in 2021, he didn't have a cabinet position. He wasn't a prominent member of the party per se, and so you are a backbencher. You don't have much to bother with and offer, and you can't get much done outside of the graciousness of the other cabinet ministers who you forge relationships with. So you have to harden up your mouth. You have to kind of cut your own cloth in terms of standing alone, but you have to advocate for your constituency and harden up your mouth and make it appear that you are on their side and you're fighting for them, even if you're not getting the things that the cabinet ministers are able to get when they leverage their constituency.
If you remember, he became outspoken very recently.
Right,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
and maybe he waited too late to speak out.
It's too late. And so even with this independent bid, I do not believe that he is going to make
You don't think he get how many?
No, he's not going to split the PLP votes. I do not think he's going to split the PLP votes because that ship has sailed. I think his ship has sailed.
Wow. So all he doing is just posturing and saying, okay,
he has the right to run, but I don't think he's going to get us the power.
Okay.
Right and wisdom is two different things.
So you all, let's look then. Let's move very quickly. The Coalition of Independence, Kirk Farrington.
Strolling up.
Has exited the chat.
I know that he is a preacher. He's an apostle. He's spoken out on some issues. I saw some stuff on a Facebook page from him, mostly from back in 2025, where he would have spoken at a few COI events. He has spoken out very much on that particular Facebook page about the sovereign wealth fund aspects of the COI's manifesto. And so that's what I've seen with him. But as far as cutting his teeth as the candidate in this particular constituency and carving out a niche and building a name for himself, no, I haven't seen much of anything or heard much of anything about him on the ground.
The Free National Movement's Denali Penn Mackey.
Mistress Penn Mackey has been on the ground just over a year. I think February of 2025, she came over to the Free National Movement. She's aggressive. She knows what she wants. She's not afraid to go after it. Her standard is excellence, but like every perfect thing, there are faults. Her mouth is a problem. If she gives you something, she will definitely talk it. And I think the constituents needed to be aware of that one.
So Peggy, so hold on now. Why her mouth is her mouth interfering with her going and pounding the pavement?
No, a mouth is, if you are gonna serve your constituency, they should be comfortable.
Could be said about a number
I talking about this
parliament.
one. I talking about this one. So your time coming. Like for example, you give someone a dog. Nobody should know that. And so that's what my opinion is based on my experience. Excellent. I enjoy the 4 months that I work with her about. If you decide to be otherwise, you will see a very terrible person.
I mean, I think everybody has their flaws and all. I think
we
to survive in politics
and business. No, that's not true.
You could
be decent.
You could be decent, but let me tell you something. If you don't got a little bit of backbone, they will step and walk all over you.
You gotta be gangster.
They will do what they have to do to you, and you wouldn't even make it. Let me talk now about Mistress Denali Penn Mackey. Mistress Penn Mackey has been showing up in the Bahamas in the 242. This doesn't just start in Southern Shores. She has been known as a representative for the people, fighting for the poor people, a giver, a charitable woman, a philanthropist, a hard worker. Her reputation in that area precedes herself, from funeralizing persons at no cost to feeding the hungry, clothing the naked. I'm talking about sheltering. She has been doing the work long before politics was on her radar. People revere her in that category. Let's talk about her entering Southern Shores. I hope she has red roses to send to everyone because listen to me, the residents of Southern Shores, she's had time on the ground. She's been connecting with them. She's been engaging her first-time voters. I have been getting so much good feedback from her. When I went into Southern Shores, listen, she's ahead of the class on this one.
Wow. Howard, your thoughts, Denali Penn Mackey, Free National Movement.
Yeah, and Shanique, one thing that Gabby said that's definitely true. Denali has a personal name recognition out there that she's brought to politics, right? I've spent some time down in Southern Shores when I was home in the last month. And asked people some questions about her and has she been moving around. Her headquarters looks very nice, and I've seen people streaming in and out of there. She is definitely on the ground, and people have been seeing her. She is resonating. I saw some videos with her on her Facebook page. She appears as she is engaging people to have that personal charisma that is necessary for one to be successful in electoral politics. And so she looks good there. However, there's also been there's stories out there, and not just stories, but facts, where there's, when she was in the PLP, there's been certain cabinet ministers that she was not able to get along with, people who she worked with. Even on this campaign now, I've heard that there are 1 or 2 people from the executive or the campaign, I don't know which one, because sometimes those two things go hand in hand, that she's not been able to get along with, and 1 or 2 persons that have stepped back.
In Southern
Shores, that's been working on her team, right? And so that's what Denali is going to have to overcome. But just like I said, that presented as a positive for Joe Beth with the coverage, I think because she's been working for over a year now, she has that one up on Obi, who was just ratified recently, just like Heather. So that's Denali Penn in a nutshell.
Well,
in Southern
Howard,
Shores.
you pick up right now because you mentioned Obi, so let's jump right in. The Progressive Liberal Party's candidate in the Southern Shores constituency, Obi Roberts.
Yes, and we all know about that particularly long, drawn-out battle that Obi and Clint Watson had in vying for that nomination. It got ugly. Let me say the Bahamian way. It got ugly a couple of times, right? And I mean, so much so that we had to start saying that, hey, we always talk about the F&M fighting like this, but hey, look at this particular PLP constituency embroiled in this epic battle. And so I believe that took Obi away from being able to go in that constituency in earnest as the candidate. Because when you're vying to be the candidate when you're vying to win internally, to be the candidate, you can only go to PLPs, and your fight is really internally in your party. You're not concentrating on the ground. While he was fighting internally in his party, Denley was still on the ground. And
you're good point, Howard. Jump in, Gabrielle.
Obi has a tough road, a long road to travel and mountains to climb, because Denley Penn-Mackey is leaps and bounds ahead of him. I'll jump ahead of y'all right now and tell y'all that Southern Shores is leaning F&M.
Peggy, your
thoughts.
Just say, hold up a minute, Gabby. I know where you favor, and you know where I favor. I'm saying Obi has made ground, and like I said, in many constituencies, if the PLP turn out for the PLP, Obi got it.
Listen, now, Howard, where is Southern Shores leaning right now?
It is leaning F&M, and it only will stop if Denley, a personality, and those things that are said about the personality
extra stuff in there.
It's the truth. But it's leaning F&M. It's
leaning Southern Shores is leaning F&M. Okay, and it's dependent on certain things, but it's leaning F&M. Guys, I hear you all sending me to a break. We have Berry Islands in Bimini. I'm just wondering. Eric, what's happening, please? Eric Bain. What are we doing, Eric Bain? Beyond the Headlines. We'll be back right after this.
Has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay eating well.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines Temperature Check. My team in the back is working with me. Eric, D'Angelo, who else is in the back there? Justin, listen, guys, thank you. So let's quickly go, guys. Let's quickly do this. The panel is here, and we are going to Bimini and the Berry Islands. Now, the candidates for the Bimini and the Berry Islands are the Progressive Liberal Party's Randy Roll. Right there on the screen, you see the three candidates. The Free National Movement's Carlton Bowleg. The Coalition of Independents, Hiram Roll. Let's start first with the COI. What are we learning about and know about Hiram Roll in Bimini and the Berry Islands? How is he resonating, and what is his message there in Bimini and Berry Islands?
Well, I just got back from a trip in Bimini and Berry Islands this week. There were a few persons that opted to say that they are potentially looking to support him. He doesn't have a headquarters down there as yet, but he does have a nice sized billboard, much bigger than the other ones here in Nassau, might I add. But he seems to have some support down there in Bimini. Nothing from residents on any programs or anything that he's doing on the island, how he's resonating, nothing of that sort.
Peggy?
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah. So, Mr. Roll, from what I understand, and I have quite a few friends down in Bimini, like to say hi to them, and I spoke to some of them. Mr. Roll is a boat captain. You know, he's well known. He's born and bred Biminite, and he is a former PLP. And it's from what I understand, he was a strong PLP, and a few people who decided that they're going to give something else a try. I understand he has no headquarters as well, and there's not been a presence on the ground. He has a few people who are supporting him, but no organized going around and campaigning and stuff like that.
Okay, the Free National Movement's Carlton Boleg. Of course, we are now talking about Bimini and the Berry Islands. Temperature check 2026. FNM's candidate, Carlton Boleg. First I'll say this. Yes, you will jump in, Howard, but if you look on the screen and you see Carlton Boleg, he is not new to politics. He once served as the Member of Parliament for North Andros and the Berry Islands. That since has been changed to Bimini and the Berry Islands. He obviously left North Andros and went this time to, he lost that election. He went now this time as the candidate in Bimini and the Berry Islands. And so now, Howard, jump in. What do you know? Yeah. What are you hearing about how Carlton Boleg is looking and resonating this time?
So from what I've heard from on the ground, Mr. Boleg, while not a born and bred Biminite, his wife is. And so that's the connection. And Mr. Boleg even had one of his children was even schooled there. It may have been more, but I know of one of his children being schooled there. They have a residence there. They're always there. The presence is there. Mr. Boleg is there campaigning and moving around, but he does not reside there. Okay? But he is no stranger to Bimini. And from what I've heard, he has been accepted as a Biminite. Okay? And he is no stranger to that community, but he is on the ground campaigning and he is working.
I'm going to drink water and mind my business on this segment. Go ahead, Peggy.
No, but Gabrielle, why are you drinking water? You have nothing to say about Carlton Boleg?
They don't need any free publicity from me. Go ahead, Peggy.
Well, if you ain't getting it, I can. This wine, no, it's not a water. I was not able to gather much on social media about what he's doing and the campaign that he was ratified the candidate for. This is a new constituency, so he's not a stranger. And so this is one we gotta watch, but I don't have much information on what he's doing.
Okay, let's move quickly then. Since you all want to drink water, mind your own business, and I have nothing to say about Carlton Boleg. The only person jumped in was Howard. Let's just then look at the Progressive Liberal Party's candidate, Randy Roll, Bimini and Berry Islands.
Senator Randy Roll is, I think he's born in Bimini. He's on the ground. This is a new constituency, so everybody in this constituency have a balanced playing field. I mean, I think if it comes to being considered a Biminite and being an actual Biminite, the advantage will be for the actual Biminite.
Man, when I was down there, Randy Roll was down there shaking hands, rolling around. I mean, every time I go to Bimini, I see Randy. Randy, literally, when you talk about somebody who is enthralled in the community, he is in there. A lot of the persons said that they are going to support him. They're going to vote for him, especially Grammy them. If you leave it up to Grammy them, all the children gotta vote for Randy. I might as well tell y'all. There ain't no options about that. So Randy, you better talk to Grammy.
You better go talk to Grammy then. Howard, any information about Randy Roll and how he is now performing as a candidate in Bimini and Berry Islands?
Yeah, Randy is the hometown boy. Like Peggy said, former senator, former, I believe, consul general at some point too. Well-known, community is very proud of him and his accomplishments. And you know what? The biggest thing that I got coming out of Bimini, which is, Randy Roll. I mean, Bimini, he's family to almost everybody, right? And so I've had a few people that have said, listen, man, use F&M, but that's cause, you know, so you have to at least think about it, right? And so, but he's on the ground. His people are there. They are campaigning. They are organized down there. He wants to win this constituency. He's always wanted to run for office. I don't think this was his first time seeking a nomination, and he's finally got it. And Randy is out there working.
Okay. Peggy, Gabrielle, and Howard, where is Bimini and Berry Islands leaning right now?
PLP.
PLP.
Okay, there you have it. Bimini and Berry Islands leaning PLP. To recap, Elizabeth leaning PLP, Southern Shores leaning F&M, Bimini and Berry Islands leaning PLP. I thank you all so much. You all were fantastic. I mean, this is the quickest they ever spoke about nothing. Like normally they just have so much to say. I'm like, condense that. Thank you all so much. When we come back, Ian Thomas is here with direct marketers and big deals that you can take advantage of this weekend. Stay close.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay eating well.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience, with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome back to Be on the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. We're going to jump right into this next segment. You all know it's Thursday evening. Guess who is here? It's no secret. Ian Thomas from Direct Marketers. Ian, good evening to you. Where can we shop this weekend and be able to kind of get hold of some nice things?
Well, you know, there's so many different places to choose from, but I want you to take advantage of some of the places that I'm going to talk about this evening. Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, wonderful, great. I just got to get straight into this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Thomas, and I'm here from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers, of course, is a marketing company where we specialize in radio, TV, print, and social media. So if you've got a business or a business idea and you want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Dial 552-0212. Dial 552-0212.
Let me make you feel better.
Child, I'm weak. Hey, listen here, man. I am so happy to be here. I haven't been here in a matter of weeks, but I know it's always exciting.
It's been a week.
No, it's been more than a week. I didn't get a chance to be here last week.
I wasn't here either.
Oh, okay, then so we missed each other. Bummer. As I was driving here today, tonight, you know, my phone ringing was my pastor, and he says, Ian, my pastor, and he was like, Ian, I love, what's up with these big eyes? He was like, Ian, I love what you do with Shanique on the show and everything. And I said, but can you calm down? Can you dial it back a little bit? And I was like, yes, you do have a point there. And I was like, but in my mind, all I heard was, Ian, you need to do more. You just need to do more, you know? So I said, oh yeah. So this is what I gotta do. This is what I all about. Yeah, this is my thing, boy. Yeah, Shanique, yeah. A girl, man, I run you down, girl. Take him, if you're the business. A girl, man, I run you down, girl, and I feel your fall. Take him! Take him! You never see that, no, girl. Glamour to you. And that's what my pastor, man. Hey, Pastor, man, I love you, man, but I just had to do that, man. Hey, listen here, Shanique.
Sir, have the anointed oil.
I know. My niece and my nephews, they just love you. And they said, Uncle Ian, I just love when you go with Shanique Miller. So I just got to say it.
I like how you bring the little dub here tonight.
Yeah. Hey. So this is for Tyreek and Tyrico and Destiny and Lil Peaks. You guys, I love you to pieces. You are my heart. And I know that's going to cost me some money tomorrow. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Chili Enterprises, a brand new company. Haven't spoken about this before. If you're in the market for a vehicle, any type of vehicle, American or Japanese, you need to give them a call. So if you're looking for a car, a dirt bike, a four-wheeler, a golf cart, or a buggy. When I say a buggy, you've seen those buggies that the tourists drive around in? They've got those. They've got golf carts. So a lot of people are getting those, especially people on the Family Island. I keep on forgetting which, I'm at this one, this is where I am. Especially the ones on the Family Island. They've got the best prices in the Bahamas, unmatched deals. And if you need to purchase it, it's fast and easy. You can drive away almost that same day. If you need financing, I've turned them on to my lenders. So it's 3 lenders that I've turned them on to. And so you can go down there and you can say, hey, listen here, I don't have all the funds, but I really, really, really want a vehicle. And they can get you in a vehicle within 24 to 72 hours. All vehicles are fully inspected. So that means that they have an in-house mechanic to ensure reliability and peace of mind, minimizing any future problems that may occur when you drive off the lot. What else I want to let you know about them? They have a massive inventory with a selection of cars, dirt bikes, ATVs, four-wheelers like I talked about, the buggies. It's for adults and kids. And if you need a personal vehicle or commercial, that means you have a business and you say, you know what, I want to get another car for my company. This is a great place to go. That's Chili Enterprises. Let me give you the phone number, 556-3188. I've done something different. This is the phone number. Hey, boy, look how you go on big time, child. Child, I go on big time.
It sounded to people like with the bully pills.
556-3188, 556-3188. That's Chili Enterprises. There it is, 556-3188. Go get yourself a car, ladies and gentlemen. They got great deals. American and Japanese vehicles, like I just talked about. And what else I want to let you know? So if you know someone who's having a birthday or an anniversary, or you just want to upgrade your family's car, this is a great time to go down there. They've got Japanese and US and American vehicles. They got motorbikes, like I said, four-wheelers. They got the popular XTZ motorcycles. That's a 200cc in all the colors. I think that's $2,300 if I'm not mistaken. Every vehicle that they sell, you get a 1-month warranty. If you need a note, a cube, that's $8,500. If you need a juke, that's $11,500. And those buggies that I spoke about, most people sell them in Nassau, or should I say the Bahamas, for $30,000. They're selling them for $20,300. So you can't compare what's happening over there. Coming soon, they're going to have an extensive line of scooters and street bikes from 150cc to 700cc. You want a car, you want a motorcycle, you want a buggy, you want a go-kart, you want to call Chili Enterprises. Where they're located? On Herper Street. I never heard about that street before. Herper Street, just off of Allen Road. If you're traveling west on Carmichael Road, you pass Golden Gates Assembly Church. You turn through Allen Road. It's the second corner on the left and the second building on the right. The phone number, once again, 556-3188, 556-3188. 556-3188, and they're open up 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. Wonderful company, wonderful guy, Evans. I just want to let everybody know, go get yourself a car, man. It's great deals. SHSS Electrical, I haven't spoken about them for a while. SHSS Electrical, you guys know where they are. I've been talking about them now for about 2 years. They are on Chesapeake Road, Chesapeake. So if you're on Mackey Street, you're going to go ahead. It's right kind of like opposite Bertha's. It's opposite Bertha's. This is SHSS Electrical. I'm going to give you the phone number, 827-3150, 827-3150. They have got everything you need in the electrical supply field. They got quality circuit breakers to keep your home safe, durable wiring and cables to power any project. You can find reliable tools and fittings for every electrical task. Plus, they have a huge selection of switches and outlets and lighting to brighten up any space. You want to get those 2x4 LED flat panel lights? I have those in my kitchen. That's really good. That's $77. You want the 2x2 LED flat panel lights? Those are $42.90. If you want those 4-foot universal LED bulbs, that's only $6.60. And you can save on the dusk to dawn LED floodlights with bulbs, now just $22. A lot of people have been asking about those because you don't have to keep the lights on in your yard all night. You can turn it on and they go off, and once someone walks into your yard, boom, your yard is illuminated. Yes. You and I had this conversation about 2 months ago, and that's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. So you can save money with the dusk to dawn lights or with the motion sensor lights. Where they're located again? Turn through Chesapeake Road. They're in the former Minute Muffler building. So if you're in the former Minute Muffler building, so if you're in the market for the best prices on Square D products, switches, combos, breakers, breaker panels, electrical wires, and meter cans, or LED bulbs in all sizes and styles, you can go down there. Not to mention, they got a great deal on decorative ceiling fans and light fixtures. So that's SHSS Electrical on Chesapeake Road. They're no longer on Mackey Street, ladies and gentlemen. They used to be there in the Henry F. Store building. They're long gone now. So they are right there on Chesapeake Road. You can save $50. You can save 10% if you spend $50 or more. And they also ship to the Family Island. So wonderful company. That's the store family. That's the store family. Yeah. Love those guys. Love those guys. I love all my clients, to tell you the truth. I can't lie, man. I can't lie. I love all of them. Preferred Care Medical Center. Dr. Yolanda Griffin. You won't ever hear me talk about her. Never. No. Dr. Yolanda Griffin Jones. I always say, Miss Child, you'll get plenty name. Dr. Yolanda Griffin Jones, Preferred Medical Center. She says, Ian, we're all about compassion here. So she says, if you need health care that's proper and precise, and you want to come to a place where you really are wanted, you want to go to Preferred Care Medical Center. Comprehensive medical services. They take care of children. So you do sick visits and well visits. They do it there. School physicals, immunizations, so you can stay up to date for your school requirements. Physician assessment and examinations, hearing and vision screening. I take that very seriously because I have a nephew who is hearing impaired, so I know the importance of getting your child tested for the vision and the health care. For adults, they do sick visits as well, and wellness checkups, routine physicals, medical certificates, all that. And for women, they do gynecological services and antenatal and prenatal care to ensure women stay healthy during their pregnancy and, of course, before, during their pregnancy, and they see you afterwards. You can also do home visits perfect for the elderly and individuals who are non-mobile. So, they can come over and do the annual physicals right at your home, wherever you are. Sick and well visits, like I said before, medication refills, minor urgent care, immunizations in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to move, ladies and gentlemen. You can stay right home. This is what I love, vitamin infusion therapy. I want you to take advantage of that. You familiar with that?
That's incredible.
Vitamin infusion therapy. I had this done while I was in LA, and I had a really good time. I was feeling a little bit down and lethargic, and I was drained and everything like that. And I walked into this establishment, and they hooked me up, and wow, and you fill out a form to see exactly, if you're allergic to anything like that, and then you are pumped with the most
awesome
vitamin mixes, vitamins and electrolytes and minerals and everything.
Super.
When you come out, your skin is absolutely vibrant and glowing and gorgeous. I mean, you can tell by me how it looks really, really good. Peggy's over there. Peggy says, "You know what, Ian? I'm gonna take advantage of that too." Yeah. And I wanted to go too. You know what? You're gonna have a visit on me. Okay, is that good, Peggy? Yep.
Wait a minute. You're giving Peggy and Gabrielle a visit of
Peggy, Gabrielle, you get you get IV therapy. You get IV therapy. You get IV therapy. Shout all I get is money. Don't listen to that here. Listen here.
Let's close.
So yes. So you're gonna go down there. Vitamin infusion therapy. How does it work? It's fast and effective. Delivery of nutrients and medication, ideal for dehydration, fatigue, and pain relief. The medication goes directly into your bloodstream for quicker results. More effective than oral medication, so it's no delay. Go with the digestion system, so you don't have to wait for it to go to your through your liver and all your organs, because it goes straight into your veins. Where are they located? Preferred Care Medical Center with Dr. Yolanda Griffin. Where are they? Dr. Yolanda Griffin Jones, I'm gonna say all her name. Where are they located? They're located on Coral Harbor Road in the Coral Harbor Plaza, unit number 12. Their phone number, 362-1505, 362-1505, and their 24-hour hotline number is 422-5465, 422-5465.
She ensuring that you feel good.
Yeah, man, definitely. And listen, you're staying on the same path with that. If you need medication, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get your prescriptions filled, or you want some over-the-counter meds, you want to go to my pharmacy of choice, which is Centerville Pharmacy. Prescription filled quick and easy. So if it's something that you want, like over-the-counter meds to make you feel whole again, like 7Cs and Haloborange to build your immune system. Right now you have all these little nasty little bugs going around, and I still see some people wearing their masks, which is really good.
Is very good.
Some people, people have been saying for about a year or two, say, "Hey, Ian, COVID is back on the rise," But I'm not going to scare anybody with that. But you just want to remain healthy in whatever you have. You don't want to pass it on to anybody. You want to go to Centerville Pharmacy. Like I said, 7Cs they have, and Haloborange to build your immune system. They also carry brands like Good Sense, excellent for getting your zinc intake, blood pressure testing. You can get that done there, and you can purchase monitors and strips. Seniors love going to Centerville Pharmacy because they can use their national prescription drug plan. Shanique, you're too young for that. And you can visit them on Collins Avenue, opposite the Heart Center, or on Mackey and Wilton Street across from Tops Lumberyard, or you can go to Prescription Center on Rosetta Street opposite the old Starbucks. I like to say former Starbucks. I like to say old Starbucks. I don't even like calling other people company, but I just use it as a landmark. Is that cool?
Right, yes,
yeah. Okay, and the phone number there, 325-4644. 325-4644. One more time, 325-4644. And that's the Aubrey family. Everyone knows I love them. That's Raymond Aubrey and his family. They're doing an incredible job. And I just love it. It's a great testament to see when you walk into a business and you see different generations of a family there. That shows that they're doing something right and they have longevity, and it's just amazing thing. And I spoke to some of the individuals who work there. They said that they feel like family too. So you go inside there, you get your meds, you get your prescriptions, and you get your little chips and drinks and all that good stuff. So go down there and check them out and have yourself a good time. talking about things like that, people have been asking me about the massage gun. The young lady who just brought me inside here, who works along with Shanique's team, she says, Ian, yes, how can I get that massage gun? The massage gun, ladies and gentlemen, it's only $145. This is great.
It's such an amazing...
Yes, it comes with about 7 or 8 different heads, and you put it on in the evening time, and you get yourself a nice massage. You massage yourself or you massage your partner. It's great. Back problems, you might be dealing with an old injury. This is great, ladies and gentlemen. Great gift for yourself or someone that you care about. Also, as the massager, this is also a wonderful tool. This is only $99. And it goes there. I like to use this when I watch in the show. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I put this on. I say, Shanique, coming on. Quick, get me one neck massager, child. Let's go. Go, Shanique. Go, Shanique. Go. And I go right there. Sometimes I fall asleep and I wake up to the bathroom.
You fall asleep?
No, I say I fall asleep because sometimes Gabby's be talking so much. I say, Lord, let me go I can't take this more. Lord, please. I said, Gabby pretty, but she's still
No, she's she gonna run on.
So I love it. I love her. She's a wonderful person, man. Listen, you get that. That's a wonderful thing. Also, a lot of people have been calling me
about what? About what?
Yeah, they got a message early and they said, Ian, are you going to talk about the bully pill? And I said, hell no, I'm not going to talk about the bully pill. I will not talk about the bully pill tonight. I will not talk about how it's an all-natural pill. I'm not going to mention it's only $55. I wouldn't dare ever mention if you take the pill, half an hour later, when you drink some water, you're going to be ready to go. You're going to be so happy and she's going to be happy and you guys are going to have a really good time. You're going to stop, don't touch me up, leave me too fresh. And all kind of different kind of stuff. When I bully pill, people love it. Get yourself the bully pill. It's all natural. Doesn't matter if you are dealing with hypertension or diabetes. It's not going to interfere with your medication. It's all natural. You're going to have a wonderful time, a wonderful relationship. Once that physical part of the relationship is gone, a lot of things can go downhill. And especially you guys out there who might be dealing with somebody who's maybe younger, you might be dealing with a woman who's 5, 10, 15 years younger. I know you're doing your best, but you can do better. Get yourself the bully pill and you'll be the hottest guy in the neighborhood. Yeah, Donnie, get on. Yeah, that's you, hey, look at you. But I don't mind, look at you get talked to and buy motorbiking. We get nobody. Listen, it's a wonderful thing. Now, don't forget, I also want you to get the kidney and liver cleanser. That's
you mean after all that?
After all that, you need to do something. Shanique, keep your mind out the gutter. How does Shanique come up with these things? Take care of your liver and kidney. Reduce bathroom visits with the kidney and liver cleanser. It's only $69.95. You need to get this, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are dealing with kidney issues in the Bahamas. Also, they've got the sea moss. The sea moss. What I like about this, it has the black seed oil, the shilajit, the ashwagandha, and the bladder root. Now you can enjoy flavor, sea moss, immune support, detox digestion, takes care of all of that. That's only $34.95. Get yourself the gummy. I take 2 every day and I feel great. It's a wonderful thing. Also the soursop. Bahamians love soursop all through the islands and even the Caribbean islands. This supplement aids in cellular health and digestive balance, reduces inflammation, supports immune system and mental health. That's $69.95. It's all natural, once again, dairy-free, gluten-free, all these wonderful things. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. I hear the music and everything like that. And I just, I'm so happy that I got a chance to come and see Shanique Miller tonight. Oh, but can I just talk about this? Last thing, we're gonna go. You need to get a blood pressure monitor, ladies and gentlemen.
Attention, please keep silent and relaxed. Keep the cuff at heart level.
Yes, you need to get a blood pressure monitor. Some people say, I know blood pressure monitor. You see how slim I am? It doesn't matter how big you are, how slim you are. You need to know your vitals. Get yourself a blood pressure monitor. It's only $65.95. It's no problem. $65.95. Forget about $95. $65. Get yourself a blood pressure monitor. What I like about it, has a big screen, so if you are hearing it, if you're hearing impaired, you can see the big screen. And if you're visually impaired, it talks to you.
Yes,
so it's a wonderful thing. Mm-hmm. Get yourself a blood pressure monitor. Everyone needs one. Every house should have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. My name is Ian Thomas and I'm from Direct Marketers, and you know my phone number. It's 552-0212. 552-0212. Down 552-0212. That's 552-0212. Child, let me go here. I gotta go home. I love Gabby and I love Peggy and I love Shanique
OMG.
Miller. She is the best. Number 1 show in the Bahamas.
That is what it is.
Number 1.
That's what it is.
Yes.
That's absolutely. Ian, it's always great hanging out with you. even when, of course, we may mix up the schedules here and there, but the point is you show up and you give us a show with all the stuff that you have to offer. 5520212 if you want information on anything that Ian talked about this evening, or perhaps you forgot one or two of the numbers that he called for the various businesses. 5520212. Ian Thomas, thank you once again. Of course, to the Hot Topics panel, they were slapping up tonight, eh? We're going to try getting some more temperature check. I'll tell you this because we know election is like the 12th of May, so we're going to try to do that a bit more. Of course, a big thank you to all of them as well, and a huge thank you to all of you this evening for tuning in. Certainly enjoyed having you along, and I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.
The Verizon Media Group, home of ILTV, Paramount Systems Limited, Eyewitness News, and Beyond the Headlines.